Romeo 1. I'm just going to check.
In Gaza, even collecting the dead can be dangerous. This was filmed last week by a UN team searching for the missing emergency workers and witnessing civilians under fire.
Another one shot.
When they reached the area, they found 15 bodies buried, along with the mangled remains of their ambulances and a fire engine. Israel says they moved suspiciously towards its soldiers, lights off in the early morning darkness. But what happened here is being described as a massacre and a possible war crime. Munther is the only survivor, a volunteer medic and a witness now bearing testimony.
I was sitting in the back. We left headquarters roughly at dawn. At around 5 a.m., the UN car was shot at directly in the street.
He survived, he says, by throwing himself to the floor of the ambulance, and his account challenges Israel's justification for opening fire.
During day and at night, it's the same. External and internal lights are on. Everything tells you it's an ambulance that belongs to the Palestinian Red Crescent. All the lights were on until we came under direct fire.
Gaza's paramedics carried their own colleagues to their funerals. The UN says more than 1,000 medical workers have been killed in this conflict. These are cries of grief, but also for accountability.
When aid workers have been mistakenly killed during this conflict, Israel has apologised and promised answers. But now there's none of that. It is defending its actions in this incident and justifying this loss of life by saying it was targeting Hamas fighters.
Israel's been clear it did not open fire randomly.
Several uncoordinated vehicles were identified advancing suspiciously toward IDF troops without headlights or emergency signals. Following an initial assessment, it was determined that the forces had eliminated a Hamas military terrorist, Mohammed Amin Ibrahim Shubaki.
But that name is not on the list of those killed. There is outrage at the use of such indiscriminate deadly force.
They were buried in shallow graves in a sand berm in the middle of the road, treated with complete indignity and what would appear to be an infringement of international humanitarian law. It's only if we have an investigation, a full and complete investigation, that we'll be able to get to the bottom of it.
Munther says he was held and questioned for 15 hours. But what of Israel's claim Hamas may have used the ambulances as cover?
That's utterly untrue. All crews are civilian. We don't belong to any militant group. Our main duty is to offer ambulance services and save people's lives. No more, no less.
We put Munther's account to Israel's military, but they haven't responded. Israel's offered few details of these deaths, no substantial evidence of the threat they faced, and some fear those answers may never emerge from this mass grave dug in Gaza's sand. Dan Johnson, BBC News in Jerusalem.